Here we are in the second half of our two-part continuing series on the undead being re-alive. We have the Hawaiian Lion, the podcasting lion himself, HammerheadLabs. Hammy, what's going on, pal?
I don't know what any of those words meant.
Listen, he's like to be the blue streak that moves a mile a minute and never says the same thing twice. But having said that, what are we doing here today?
We're doing Resident Evil 2 Remake, doing the Leon A standard. It's kind of like the first campaign that you would go to when playing this game, and going to be doing it fast.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a commentator here today.
I do. I have my good friend Mar here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here, Hammy.
Mar, do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I speedrun Resident Evil. Resident Evil 1 Remake's my main speed game, but I also speedrun Resident Evil 2 Remake, Leon A standard. Just like Hammy, it's the only category that I run, so because it's great, and it's a really fun game. So we love the Resident Evil up in this house.
I love to hear it. We love to see it. If there's no other business we need to attend to, let's get this show on the road. Hammy, can you give us a countdown?
I can, but first, CJ, can you let me know what won for the costume?
Oh, what won for the costume? What a great, handsome-looking question that is, and a professional would know. If only one was here. What game is this again?
Resident Evil 2.
Hang on, I went to the wrong place. Sheriff won. Sheriff won with $40, and Noir got $20. I gotta be honest, what the type of bun we're gonna have on the Speed Dogs burger really occupied a lot of today's attention, inadvertently. Grace unhappy with it, but all of you had the power to vote with your wallet and you chose not to. So now, as the man once said, suck it up. That's not what he said. He said something much worse, but we're not here. Donate now for Clue and other things, but not for Sheriff or Noir because I won and you lost. Okay, now do you want to give us a countdown?
All right, I am ready. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Let's go. Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Oh, hold on. We gotta look at the burger for a second.
I hate
look at
this
that burger.
It makes me actually sick.
It looks like an egg sandwich, TBH.
Ooh, it looks like it's covered in mold.
Ah, RE7.
Isn't that the one with the really smart guy that doesn't die?
You all right?
For the most part.
No? What?
I'll be back.
It's okay. It's not a you guys thing, it's a me thing.
All right. Anyways, this is a gas station. This is home for RE2 runners.
And that first zombie's name is Frank.
And I got bit by Frank.
Why you do this to us?
I missed. It's fine. We only lose like a few seconds, and I get healed before police station.
In this speed game, and with quite a few Resident Evil speed games, or just the games in general, the zombies do have RNG, so they can do a few different movements. Frank there could have just ran past the shelf there. He can be right behind it, and sometimes he could also attack pretty quickly, so he attacked Hammy there quite quickly. So yeah, you'll see a bunch of zombie RNG come across this entire run, and Hammy, being the pro he is, will dodge all of them. I can feel it.
I'll definitely try. There are like a lot of like familiar like scenarios where the zombies can be in that you have to adjust to, but sometimes they're just in like really weird spots. And there's a few places where it's like you just gotta run and pray.
There it is. The station.
On our way to RPD, we have another stubborn zombie here. He can leave you alone. Oh, wow, that's actually great RNG for that guy. Sometimes he'll just turn around and attack you. He'll kind of like throw you to the side.
You know what I am learning right now? I did not. I don't have a live split open, so I don't have splits.
My goodness.
So we're just gonna wing it here.
Do you want me to have mine open?
Nah, it's all right. I know where to go.
Okay.
I was just doing it for time,
Okay.
but
All's good. All's good. So do we want to mention the time? Oh, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to say, if we get to $1,400, I will ask my very funny question, which I thought of earlier in the shower and have been saving all day. So, if you want to know what I think about in the shower, $35. Let's go.
Come on, chat. We can do it.
hello. All right.
There he goes. Now,
know why
also
I took-
throughout the run,
I don't know why it took so long for him to pop through the door, but
yeah, that was really strange. Throughout the run, so that there was a pause buffer. So what Hammy did there was pause, and that makes the zombie there, Callahan, come out a lot quicker. For some reason, he kind of took his time with that one. That zombie took his time, so that was really strange. But yeah, there are a couple times. Hammy, do you pause buffer shots throughout this run?
oh no.
Okay, some
Yeah.
folks do that. But that's all good. It's just an extra technique if you'd like to do that. But it's okay. I don't pause buffer shots either.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple places where it's useful to, like, when you're going through a door and you know there's a zombie behind there, but you don't exactly know where he's going to be. It's sometimes good to pause buffer to check it out, but I just like to run head first and see what happens.
All's good. You'll also see Hammy do this technique called quick turning throughout the run. It's where you aim down sights, that's with your right click, and then you, it's kind of an interesting technique in the sense of you aim down sights and then press either the left or the right button, and then it kind of makes Leon or Claire slide quickly to the, it's basically does like really smooth turns just like that. If you want to add on anything else to that, Hammy.
Yeah, and then I'll be combining those quick turns with, like, we call stair skating, which is I'm actually just real quickly tapping the right click, and I don't know, Leon just gets like a little boost going up the stairs, and it's quicker
Yeah, it
than
saves.
actually having like a walking animation going up.
Yeah, it saves quite a bit of time throughout the run. You'll see you'll have to do like really tight lines as well with the quick turning. So, wow, what was that guy who came through the window? That was spooky.
Yeah, and this is one of the really annoying parts of the early game is Eleanor.
I'll be right there.
Looks like she's a little close to the bookcase there. I never remember that guy's name.
I don't know if we have a name for him. All right,
But yeah, they're in the library. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, let's see if I can remember the pattern here. Oh, nope, it's leaf bird.
Lion, twig, eagle. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. It's fine.
No, that's good. So the puzzles there are RNG as well. So the solution will always be the same. It's just the starting point of it is always a little different. So it's interesting the type of combinations that folks remember for that. So like I know some folks like the best one is like what, 1, and 2 or something like that. It's pretty gnarly in terms of like which direction you scroll up or down. I can't even remember that stuff. It's pretty cool though.
Got a situation here. I'm surrounded by zombies.
All right, so I have a little cutscene here. I can't do anything until Leon stops talking. But if you notice, I did a little inventory management. The inventory in this game is very, very specific, and I kind of rely on things being in the same spot every run. So I just moved the gun way into the corner because I never really need to switch to it throughout the run, and it makes room in the first slot for any like key items that I'm gonna be placing or using.
Yeah, menuing is super important in Resident Evil speedruns, and this game not being any different, because what Hammy said, you always want to have that first slot either empty or have your key item there. And what's really cool about this game is that it will give you a check mark when you're done using that item, so you can delete it. So I think you use the bolt cutters at least one more time here, and it'll have you delete them right afterwards. So and it's such a really cool technique with the menuing, because quick menuing is super impressive to see. You kind of have to think your next move. And this is donuts, right?
Yes, this one's donuts.
Bagels? Okay. Or bagels, I can't remember.
I think maybe that one is bagels. I know pretzels is the one in the sewers.
Ah.
But yeah, it is also of note with the key items that you can't delete them until you use them in every spot that you could use them. So for stuff like the spade key, I'm going to be holding on to it the entire game, even though I don't need it past the RPD.
But Leon, Hammy here, will be picking up at least one. You pick up at least 2 pouches, 1 pouch. I think it's 2 throughout the run. So
you pick up 2 on the run. I'll be picking up an extra one.
Oh, nice.
Just for some extra heals.
Perfect.
Also, say hi to Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Randy is one of the enemies in this game called a licker. If you'll notice, he has a very long tongue. But the interesting thing about playing the game is that they're actually blind, so they can hear you. But they can't see you, so you can actually like just walk by them if you're quiet enough.
Yeah, but we're going zoom, so we have to run past them, and then we also have to kind of be cognizant on where they'll be. Looks like on this part, though, the RNG zombies kind of stayed away from you, so that's nice.
Yeah.
What'd that tongue do, though?
It licks ice cream.
Got him.
Yeah. Did I not place it? Oh, I did. I just didn't hear it. I just didn't hear it beeping.
That's all good. So what you saw Hammy do there, so he placed the detonator waiting for it to explode, but what he also did was open the door, stepped outside for a little bit, and then come back inside, because normally in the game, if you play it casually, when you let that detonator go off, that bookcase will be blocking the door. So as you see here, it's not blocking it because just a little bit of manipulation to kind of trick the game into thinking you already did that stuff. Ooh, those guys were pretty mean.
Yeah, so if you're on the ladder, you are pretty much invincible. So when there's 2 zombies around that ladder, it's usually fine because they'll both lunge and just kind of go through you during your iframes. But if there are 3, I noticed one of them will like delay and will hit you after you get off the ladder.
Yeah, and there also can be a situation where if they're all there as well, you'd have to like climb up the ladder, and then climb back down.
Yeah.
And it's very cool with. What's interesting for, with the speed run as well, like with the RNG zombies, is that you kind of have to prepare yourself for every situation here. So good job with that, Hammy.
All right, and then do you want to talk about how the boss fights work?
Sure. So we're coming upon G1 here. All the boss fights that we do in the game are done with the knife only, because the knife damage is tied to FPS. So it's pretty gnarly. So we run this at 120 FPS. So if we didn't cap the FPS, then the knife can basically one-shot everything. So once G1 pops up here, Hammy's going to stand in very specific spots here and slice away. A good boss fight takes about 15 swipes here. And yeah, there's also the knife will eventually kind of decay, but we kill them so fast that you don't even they're done at the blink of an eye, so you don't have to worry about that knife breaking or anything of that nature. You do pick up a handful of knives throughout the course of the run, but yeah, this one we get to keep for a little bit more. That was a really great G1 too. Well done.
Thanks. I've been practicing it all day.
You've been practicing this a lot. Now, it'll also be funny to note for folks, since Capcom made this knife really broken, they decided to fix it for RE3 Remake, so that knife damage being tied to FPS to where you can just one-shot everything, they fixed that in RE3, so the swipe doesn't do as much damage anymore, and I know lots of folks were pretty upset about that.
All right. So I grabbed extra pouches there. That pouch you usually wouldn't grab in the run because you don't need it, but I'm just doing it to store a couple extra heals just for marathon safety.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you.
But yeah, I think the knife being completely broken is the thing that makes the speedrun really, really fun.
Yeah, it makes the boss fight super fun, in my opinion. And not just that, like, when you're swiping away with that knife, you hear, like, really crispy swipes. Like, the sound is super satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, you're doing one swipe, and one swipe equals, like, what, 10 swipes or something like that?
It's something like that.
Yeah. It is a crazy design choice, yeah, I hear from the chat, but I don't think it was intended that way. It was just something that speedrunners found.
And that's also why you'll see the categories are limited to 120 FPS at the highest, just so people that have, like, you know, higher crazy end computers don't have an advantage.
Right, so the categories are split into 120 FPS and 60 FPS. And what's also really interesting, you would think that the strats would be a little bit similar, but in 60 FPS, the strats are totally different. So I believe in that run, you do have to pick up the flamethrower for that. So always cool to see, like, how the strats are across different categories.
All right, now we're going to say hi to the doggos.
Doggos.
That are definitely very nice.
If anyone recalls the first Resident Evil game where the dogs bust through the windows, and absolutely terrifying. These dogs are pretty similar. They're the same little Doberman pinchers who are not very friendly. Hammy will be hugging, he'll be taking specific lines here because they do quite a bit of damage, and that's never any fun. But yeah, he'll be hugging these tight corners and things of that nature. Once he goes into this next room, he'll have to take a very specific line to avoid a dodge from a dog. So yeah, you'll see that throughout the course of the run as well, having to take specific lines to dodge certain enemies. Well done.
All right, I always seem to get bit coming through here, but
yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you think you're in the clear, and then out of nowhere, you'll just get kind of hit in the back of the head. And you're like, come on, dog.
A little ankle bite. Like little chihuahuas over here.
Can I jump in really quick? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just wanted to remind everybody that we're only $35 away from $1,400, and we're $80 away from that clue incentive to play on the hardest difficulty. Folks, it is very hard. It is extremely hard. It's a SNES game. They didn't pull punches on the inventory, so let's get those donations in. I believe in you all. Hammy, don't die.
Okay, well, apparently I can't use the knife on the crawler. But I do need someone... There we go.
There you go. Yeah, so you will need to discard a knife or two throughout the run so you can make room for full health knives. So Hammy grabbed one off the wall so he can use that for later. That's a very difficult spot to be in just because I believe there are 3 zombies there total. And you have to take very specific... Like, Hammy baited them with the shot on the ground, but they will kind of still act however they please. And yeah, it's just that's a really difficult spot to be in. I think you navigated it as best as you could for sure. You get a heal coming up soon too, so that's good.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna come into this room, grab the big gear. And when I come out of here, I'm going to open this locker but not going to grab what's in it. Well, I'm going to get this one. But there's another locker I opened, but I'm not going to grab what's in it, because I'll actually be running back through the room later, and I'll pick it up then.
Are you doing the flash grenade on these guys?
I am, yes.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I do that too. It's a nice safety strat here. He'll have 2 zombies bust out of the door here. Hammy will use this lever, and then he'll use the flash grenade to blind them, and then he'll kind of squeeze through them. So he can go in, grab this key, and go out without taking any damage because they're still affected by that flash grenade. Very good. All right, we're also going to be approaching a very iconic enemy in this game. A lot of you may know him as, he's a car salesman. He's pursuing you this whole time for a reason, correct?
Yeah.
Anyways, say hello to Mr. X, everyone. He is what we call a pursuer enemy, so he will chase you throughout the course of this section at least. So, yeah, because he's trying to sell you car insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but we're going to very specific areas here, trying to avoid him, and you can use certain movements to bait his attacks, so you did a very great job dodging his first attack there. You basically aim down sights at around his chest, I believe, and that'll bait his swing. Hammy's shooting that liquor, so the liquor kind of stays in that area, so we don't have to worry about him because we're gonna go ahead, pick up this car jack, and Mr. X will come through. He'll come through the door we just came through, and you know, having to deal with Mr. X and that liquor at the same time is very stressful. So thankfully, no liquor to deal with here.
Oh,
I stayed quiet for a second.
Yeah,
oh, there he is.
There he is. He's right there.
I was gonna say sorry. I was gonna stay quiet for a little bit so you could hear his footsteps. Oh my goodness, he's zooming.
Please shoot the floor. There we go. Oh! Uh-oh.
Eleanor!
I wasn't supposed to do that.
I guess we're YOLOing prison.
Yeah, I guess so.
I have faith in you, don't worry.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, I gotta get the ladder. But yeah, sometimes, like, you can come back through, like, that door, and he's just nowhere to be found. I messed up.
It's okay. I think you can jump down while he's... Oh, shoot. That's okay. He wants to sell you car insurance.
Man, you know what would be crazy if he just killed me right now and I went back to... I don't know how far back it puts me.
It puts you at the first encounter, I believe. And honestly, that's okay because you'll have your flash grenade back. Yeah,
yes.
See.
That was all planned.
Absolutely.
What the hell? Jesus Christ!
No, that's okay. I think that was a good decision because the flash grenade that Hammy used on the zombie down there, you do need that later in the prison because once these zombies come out of their jail cell, it's very difficult to maneuver through all of them. And not just that, Mr. X comes out again. So the flash grenade's really crucial in that one area. So I think taking the death there was definitely a good idea.
I was honestly, like, debating on just reloading the save after I used the flash. So it kind of... I lose some time, but it's fine.
I'd say maybe like 30 seconds or so. Nothing too bad, IMO. Plus, on the way back, maybe Eleanor won't be so rude.
Oh, I could hear him. Oh, there he is.
That scared me. Oh my goodness, that's...
Oh, all right.
Yeah, sometimes he'll be there right outside the door, and it's really funny because as soon as you open that door, he'll just kind of punch you in the face, and definitely not something expected. But the upside here is that he's a little far back there, so I don't think you have to worry too much. And also, Eleanor will not bother you there too, so this puts you in a very good spot.
All right. Just need him to stay back. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Get to the ladder. I did it twice this time. I made sure of it.
Yes, you did. Very good.
All right.
No,
yeah.
this is great.
First try.
First try. Hooray. Woo!
Yeah, now there is a zombie behind this pole. I am going to shoot. And for some reason, if you shoot him, when I come back out this door, he's just going to be gone. I don't know why.
Oh. Oh.
You were shy, okay.
Don't forget that gear. Very easy to forget that and lose like 30 seconds having to come all the way back down the stairs to grab it.
I've totally never done that before.
Can I swing in with a quick donation?
Of course.
We got $30 from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. We're $5 away from $1,400. We're $50 away from meeting the clue incentive. Who's got $5? Come on. You know what? You got this. I believe in you, chat. And I believe in you, Hammy. And I believe in you, Mar. And
I believe in
Cece.
Hammy.
I believe in the you that believes in Hammy.
That was a bit of a risky dodge there, but... All right, now we're going back through one of the earlier rooms I went to, and as I said, there was a locker here with ammo that I'm going to pick up. And now we're actually like on our way out of the RPD. We just have one little last section to do.
Yeah, RPD 2 here is probably one of the most difficult sections of this game just because of having to dodge Mr. X. You have to deal with RNG zombies, things of that nature. So it's never a fun moment in the speed run, but Hammy's been doing so awesome. So you've been doing great, bud. Oh, wow, nice crit. Yeah, this part...
Oh, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. So this part here is what we called Green Hall, and again, another spot where there's zombie RNG, and you were in the clear. That one guy was hiding. I didn't even know he could be there.
Yeah, I could usually get through there with like barely shooting or anything, but the zombies were just all in the way, so
yeah.
I had to use a couple bullets, and I was trying to save on the last one, and then he ended up biting me, so...
Yeah, Hammy had to take another very specific line there to avoid those dogs, and he executed it perfectly.
All right.
We have here what's called the electrical puzzle, and this is what will unlock all these prison cell doors. Well, for our friend here, but also for everyone else. So definitely nothing bad will happen once you do that, correct?
Yeah, no, not, everything's fine. I don't know why you're worrying.
All right, this is that prison section I'm talking about here. Hammy will shoot... Oh, nice, okay. I was going to say I do the strat where I shoot that first zombie, but that's actually... I never thought to hug the left there. That's awesome. And as you saw, Mr. X was there. He was very upset that you threw some bright light in his face. What's super silly about that is when you stun him like that, he starts swinging his arms everywhere. So if you're a little too close to him, you can get hit by that.
Yeah, it's definitely happened before, and then the zombie on the floor can still get you as well, because he's not blinded for some reason.
That's very silly because the flash grenade hits the floor.
Yeah.
Is that the intel?
All right. But yeah, we are out of the RPD. We are on our way to the sewers. This area is a little bit of a walking section, so CJ, if you have any donations or plugs you would like to say, it's a good spot.
I unfortunately don't have any donations to read, but what can I say? We're raising money for Save the Children. It's a great cause. It's our 5th SDAT. I can't believe it. We're going to cross 50,000 total raised for charity. That includes, like, for our friends like Spicy or Shuli over the years, but it includes $30,000 for Save the Children, which is a little cuckoo bananas. So get those donations in. We're $5 away from 1,400. I don't know how you guys. This is like opening a candy bar and leaving like one bite left. This is like seeing there's a slice left in the pizza box and throwing it out. $5. Who's got it? Don't you want to know my burning shower question? I know Hammy's dying to hear it.
I've been waiting. CJ said he had a question like right before the run started, and I've been waiting to hear it ever since.
I know. It's he's been waiting with bated breath. So please, let's get that in. Let's get that $5. Can we get a $5 train? Where's my whistle? Hang on. I got this. Oh boy!
I have a question. What type of candy bar was it that you left a bite of?
I gotta be honest. In my mind, I was imagining a Reese's, but that's not a candy bar. So I'm gonna pivot on the fly and say it's a Kit Kat. You monsters took a bite, not left a bar in the wrapper. You took a bite out of the last bar and then put it back.
Oh, you know what's even worse is taking like the whole Kit Kat, you know how it's like 4 pieces together, and then you just take a bite out of that instead of the bars, you know?
The
You know what I'm
hair
talking
on
about?
the back of my neck is rising. What are you talking about? That have you done that?
No, absolutely not. Kit Kats are one of my favorite candies, so
Okay,
I would
good.
never. I would never.
That's like those commercials from like the early 2000s. Don't disrespect the pouch for Capri Sun.
Oh my god,
Respect
yes.
the pouch. Respect it.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the cap.
CJ, you're bringing me back.
We have to go back.
Now, our good friend the Crocodile here, in the OG Resident Evil 2 game, this was actually a boss fight where you had to... It's pretty similar vibes here in the sense of you use little gas containers or to, you know, bait the gator into biting them. But yeah, it's a little bit more evolved in the OG, but here in the remake, it's a bit of an auto-scroller. But I know we particularly don't mind that because I'm not sure how those boss fight would be.
Yeah, and now he's just taking a nap.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Are sewer gators a real thing?
Virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
You know, I don't think so, but I don't know enough to either confirm or deny it.
If you want some a fun little Easter egg in that regard, or I'm assuming Easter egg, there was this group of guys called the Sewer Gators in Resident Evil 7, where they were a documentary crew, kind of like ghost hunters in a sense. And
Oh, yeah.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah, they went into the haunted guest house on the Baker estate, and you know, nothing bad
Somebody else's?
happened to them. Nothing bad happened to them in the least bit.
We sell the
Nope.
viruses that make them. And Annette is
Because
convinced
you
the
played them during the demo, right?
that alligator was.
For RE7?
So you pick up a videotape in the guest house, and then you play it on the TV, and you get to play as them there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Hammy, if you get a second at some point when you have some downtime, can you just bump me up in Discord a little bit?
Sure.
Run, Annette.
Also, I feel like sewer gators were like quicksand and acid rain, where I thought they were going to be a really big problem. Never come up. I was led to believe there'd be acid rain all the time.
All right, I did bump you up a little bit, so hopefully that's. But yeah, now we're on the Ada section. And Ada has this special little gun that allows her to pretty much manipulate these like electric boxes and fans to help us get through. One interesting thing about them is that actually mashing click makes the circles spin faster.
Yeah.
And then the circles actually do have like some sort of like momentum to them. So I don't need to wait until they actually fill all the way up. So with the ones that spin faster, I could leave them at like about 75% full and they'll finish on their own, and like the slower ones I could do at around like 90%.
Yeah, it's really nice because every second counts in the speed run, so that piece of tech being found is very useful here. So yeah, as you saw there, Hammy didn't let that gauge get full, but it's still activated, so that's really cool. I hate that zombie.
Yeah.
All right, so Ada here is going to chase Annette Birkin here, who's the wife of William Birkin, who's responsible for the G-virus. But something you kind of really don't see just because we're zooming through here is that Mr. X appears here as well. So you have to activate these levers here quite quickly in a specific sequence, and if you don't, then Mr. X catches up to you and tries to sell you car insurance as well, and doesn't punch you in the face or anything of that nature.
He's trying to reach us about our car's extended warranty.
And as you see, you can also stair skate with Ada as well.
All right, and now we're going to do the incinerator puzzle, to where Annette is actually going to lock us in this incinerator. We're going in here to get a wristband key to help us unlock some doors. But Annette's going to lock us in here and start the incinerator, and we just have to get our way out of here.
Yeah, and Hammy emptied his clip there because, interesting enough, that lowers your DA. And actually, we didn't mention DA at all.
No, I don't think so.
In our run here. Yeah. So DA stands for difficulty adjustment, and it's present throughout pretty much every Resident Evil game past RE4, like OG RE4. Basically, the better you do in the game, the harder it gets, and the worse you do in the game, the easier it gets. So DA manipulation is something that we do in this game as well. And shooting, I was going to say, lowering your DA, you can lower your DA by healing. I had no idea you could do it by emptying your gun there as well. I think it's because like you miss shots. I guess it counts as like you missing shots. Yeah. And if you get bit, if you die. So yeah, in other RE games, I know at least with RE Village, you have to like get bit a ton of times to lower your DA. In this game, also the DA number kind of affects your boss fights in terms of how they operate and how the bosses move and all that sort of stuff. So we want to go into the end game with, I believe, DA rank 6, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And right now it's at 4, which is okay. If your DA isn't at the exact number, that's fine. It's just if you're going for those top times, you want to be quite specific about, you want to be quite conservative about your heals and, making sure you hit all your shots and things of that nature.
Yeah, because even going to a lower DA can affect you, because when you're going for those top times, all you want is consistency. And if your DA changes on you, it can affect, different patterns that show up. So...
yeah, the DA, I'd say probably affects the final boss fight the most.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, you want him to do very specific patterns there as well, like Hammy said. All right, coming across the sewer here, we're going to come across a new enemy called the G-Adults. They're not necessarily zombies per se. I would have no idea how to describe them. They're sewer monsters, I suppose. They are a very stubborn enemy in the sense of they can stun lock you, they can poison you. They are just a very unfriendly thing to come across. So as you see there, if they're in the water like that, you can shoot them and they'll pop up. And you have to basically run past them really quick or else they will attack you. So yeah, well done on that, Hammy.
Yeah, and they're big. If you're playing the game casually, they are big, like, HP pools. So they're big ammo sinks. But luckily, with that stun, we're just able to run right past them and not have to worry about killing them or anything.
Exactly. And in most Resident Evil speed games, you don't kill the casual enemies at all. It's really just your boss fights.
I'm gonna grab this.
Now,
is there
another Resident Evil game you're interested in trying, or any other categories in this game you'd like to learn?
I do want to go back to RE7. RE7 was pretty fun.
Nice.
I've done like 3 runs of it so far, but now I haven't played it for so long. I need to like relearn everything.
Right, this is another. Oh no, I was gonna say this is another section where the zombie placements are a little RNG. We shot. You said that guy's name was Pretzels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these two guys can be a little stubborn here. And they can also fall into the water here, and it could either be a good thing or a bad thing for you.
There's another G mutant coming out of the sewers. We're just gonna run right past him. Not worry about him at all.
Oh, the chat mentions here that the G adults are the result of Birkin spores going into failed hosts. Yeah, that's that makes sense, because I know they're like you get injected with the G virus, and there's also like these tiny little G virus monsters that can I don't know, it's kind of reminiscent of Alien in the sense of they kind of go into you. And if I remember correctly, I could be totally wrong on this, but definitely not a good situation to be in. All right, where's this guy gonna be? All right, nice. Yeah, sometimes that G adult can be closer to the ledge there, and you have to do a totally different movement in that regard.
This might be weird. Okay, all right, we're fine. But yeah, those 2 zombies can be real pain, and I have to run through that room again one more time. And because Pretzels was out of the water, when I ran back up there, he's likely going to be on the stairs as I run back through the room. So I'll have to be a little careful when I come back.
All right, Hammy's coming upon this, I'd say probably the most difficult part of the sewers, because there are a few G adults here. This first one you can shoot, and the movement here will be the same, but there's another one around the corner that you'll have to take a very specific line to avoid his attacks.
Oh, I got stunned. Oh, I'm getting poisoned.
That's okay. So you can, if you get poisoned here, you can heal with blue herbs, and there is a blue herb coming up on the room that we're about to head to. But the negative thing about that is that Leon will cough. Oh, and you do the shooting strat there.
Yeah.
Nice, very good. Yeah, there's a couple different options you can do there to deal with that second G adult. You can take a specific line to that piece of I wouldn't know what to call it, that piece of garbage on the right side there, or you can shoot at a very specific spot on the G adult's neck, and he'll kind of go under like we saw there, and you could squeeze past them. The strat that Hammy did is actually the fastest and ideal strat to do, so yeah, good on you for that.
All right, this is actually one of my favorite rooms in the game, just because of it's a little puzzle section that just has like a lot of like quick, tight movements as I place and take these chess pieces to open and close doors, and I just need to end up out of the rooms with both of them.
Yeah, this puzzle's a nice little breather in a game, in a run that's so fast-paced and having to deal with so many enemies. So yeah, I could see why this is a nice section for you.
Now we're going on to pure RNG, to which G mutants are going to be out here. So there's not one here. Oh, and there's this one here. I'm going to try to bait, dodge, and squeeze past. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, when you bait their attacks, they can do a couple different things. They can do that little swipe attack like we saw here, or they can do kind of like a slam motion with their big arm. So, yeah, it's such a hard section to go past without taking any damage or getting poisoned. So Hammy dealt with that perfectly. Well done, sir.
Yeah, there can be anywhere from 0 to 3 mutants as we go through there. And sometimes you walk out and you just love to see that there's nothing in the way and you just gotta run through.
Yeah, that's the god RNG for that one.
Yep. And as I predicted, he was gonna be on the stairs.
Because he was on the stairs earlier, so does that mean he would be on the stairs there later?
If he was in the water when I came back through the first time on the way to the G mutant section, he won't be on the stairs. But if he's up on the platform, he will be.
Gotcha. See, another situation where when you deal with so much RNG in a game, you kind of have to predict these patterns. So that's really cool. Today I learned something new.
All right, and that was a little chess piece puzzle. So like the little chess piece I've been picking up, go into specific slots there. And there's like a riddle on the wall that tells you where everything goes, but the answer, the positions don't change, so it's going to be the same every time. All right, and we're going to be heading into G2 right now.
All right, so once we solve this electric puzzle here, Mr. G2 will start by spawning into the ceiling. Well, he'll start by spawning into the ceiling, but we're going to kind of get him to spawn early by throwing a grenade there. And I was going to say, yeah, once his health there, because we keep track of enemy health using this thing called the SRT, or speedrun tool. And making sure that his health is there around 94%. So that was good that Hammy was able to do that. Now we're on our way to a crane with a shipping container, and that's going to be part of our boss strat here. And that's how it is casually as well. So Hammy's going to go up here and press the button to activate that crane. G2 can do one of two movements here. Okay, yeah, he did a big swipe there. But that's okay because we'll bring out our knife again, get those crispy knife swipes, and bring G2 down.
Where's he going?
Oh, he's being very mean. There you go. So now we're gonna go dig right into his shoulder there with those knife swipes. We're gonna get G2's health down to a little under 50%. And activate that crane yet again, because that will ensure that G2 will die. But we have to bait him over here to this side of the platform.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Wow, he chased you there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I think that's a DA thing.
Oh. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're taking the scenic route. No, that's fine. Just really bad. That was just bad RNG from the get-go there.
Oh, I forgot it spawns me right here. All right, he's doing his 3 swipe.
There we go. Yeah, so swipes into the shoulder there. We're also going to let this knife break, so we bring out a healthy knife. And yeah, we're going to bring G2's health down to below 50%. And once we activate that crane, that will ensure, yeah, that G2 gets knocked off the ledge there.
There we go. Now we did his yell thing, and now we can run right by him.
Nice. Nice,
and
there we
say
go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So yeah, that's how that fight's supposed to look.
That's okay. You still did a really great job.
Let's hope that's the last of them.
Picking up some more knives here, and some ammo going into the labs. And yeah, as we mentioned earlier, you know, the knives are the main weapon of our boss fights here, and we need we need 3 knives going into the last boss fight, correct?
How many do I have now? I know we pick up
3.
I know we pick up 1 more in the kitchen, in the labs.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Where'd you get
So yeah, basically you need a specific amount of knives going into the last section of the game. That's why in the first attempt at that boss fight, Hammy did not use a knife there, because once you use a defense item like a knife or a grenade that you're not supposed to, that just totally, you basically can't do, you know, later boss fights. So that was definitely an appropriate thing to do. So I would have done the same thing. I would have taken the death.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why a lot of times you'll like see me take bites, or take those deaths just because I can't, you know, get rid of any knives.
Yeah, they are valuable currency. All right, here we are in the last section of the game, the labs, or as they call Nest. This is where everything has been created, essentially, at least the G virus. It is Umbrella's research facility where they do a lot more experiments here. In the first RE game, they had a underground laboratory under their mansion, and this one is a underground lab underneath Raccoon City. So they're a huge fan of their secrecy and underground sciencey things, aren't they?
Yeah. Running through the little cafeteria diner here. All the zombies are in there are harmless. You just get to run past them. Gonna run through these vents and pick up a knife as I run through here. And this is one of the cases where you could pause buffer coming out of this door because there is a zombie on the other side. But we're just gonna, yeah, just run and pray.
Yeah. It seems like he's probably towards that back corner. Yeah, close enough. Sometimes he could be right outside that door, and it's incredibly scary.
But yeah, you'll see the little wristbands I'm picking up. Those are what grants me access to, you know, these doors that have like the blue, purple, green squares on them. So just another piece of the puzzle that is RE games.
Heck yeah. I swear to God, Leon just reminds me of Rick Grimes from Walking Dead with this outfit.
Coral. You know that scene where he's crying because his wife died, but it looks like he's mocking Carl.
It's been it's been so long since I've seen that show, but I do remember that season. I didn't realize he did that.
We're going to see a new enemy here called the Ivies.
They are a one-shot, one-kill enemy, and by one-shot, one-kill, I mean that's on you, not you killing them. Basically, if they attack you, they will rip off your head, and you can use a knife if you want to, but like we mentioned earlier, we do need every single knife in our inventory for our upcoming boss fight here. So if you get grabbed, that's it. We just have to go back to our most recent retry point on that, but Hammy's gonna do just fine.
Dispensing solution now.
And a fun little fact about those Ivies, and it's interesting between the OGs and the remake here. So in the OG game, the Ivies, they basically just looked like a walking plant, and they had like a little almost looked like a little flower as a head and stuff. And I don't know, I thought they looked kind of cute. And then in this game, they just look like men with vines, and they have shark teeth essentially.
And they sound like The Grudge.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Hammy, how much time would you say is left in the run?
What? About like 10 minutes or so?
Like 10, 15
minutes or so.
10, 15, yeah.
If you want to hear my question, you have 10 or 15 minutes or so. Someone did exclamation point donate. I'm too distraught. I'm hawking here. I'm putting my life on the line. Please. Thank you.
All right. So we're heading into the worst section of the game.
This is what we call lab lickers. So we saw we saw earlier the lickers, but in this section there are 2 of them, and we have to do very specific movements in a very short amount of time to be sure to not get hit by them or anything of that nature, because when they do hit, they hit very, very hard. And something we didn't mention earlier is that the lickers are a little camera shy. So when you turn around and you have the camera facing them, they just kind of, what would you say? They do really weird movements, or they don't.
Yeah, they get like less aggro on you.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead. I'll give you some focus time on this part.
Oh, they trapped me. They trapped me. Oh. Okay.
You made it. Oh wow.
We're fine.
Goodness.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm surprised that they didn't jump in front of you there, but
Yeah.
I had a feeling they may have creeped behind you.
I heard them. I heard them coming. But yeah, what I try to do is I try to shoot the ceiling to get them to jump on the ceiling. And when they're on the ceiling and throw the flashbang, they kind of hang there for a second and then fall on their backs, which gives me a little bit more time. But as you see, they didn't jump on the ceiling, and they started just flailing their claws at me. So I did take a couple hits, and I'm gonna try. I have to go through the room again. Lab lickers still present.
And lab lickers and zombies. So, let's see.
Ooh.
And he's in the
That's fine.
clear. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, folks, that is like one of the most stressful parts of the game, if not the most stressful. It's a huge reset point for runners, and especially so far into the game as well. So, yeah, I think that went as best as it could for sure.
Yeah, because if you die there, you go back to that one puzzle where you're flipping the liquids around, and that's at least like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a huge time loss. So, getting through that with no deaths in a marathon setting is amazing. So well done. All right, we picked up our last little wristband key card there, and something we don't really keep eyes on is that Mr. X is pursuing you yet again. When you play this game casually and you see it for the first time, he basically just busts through that glass window there, and he pursues you throughout here. Got a couple IVs here, and something that, as you may notice there, they kind of have these little bulging eyeballs throughout their body, and once you shoot them, that kind of stuns them for a little bit and lets you get through. So that part can also be a little stressful because the placement of them is RNG. And we are about one puzzle away from the G3 boss fight. How you feeling?
A little nervous for it because it can go many a ways. Hopefully it goes good. I've had a couple of good G3 boss fights in my D-Rust, so.
I think you'll be just fine. You're really good at this boss fight.
All right. We do have a little bit of time, so CJ, if you have anything to say, any donations, anyone get that last $5?
Nobody did. No, my heart is broken. My faith in humanity has left me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. Resident Evil is scary, man. I don't know.
But yeah. So as I do this boss fight, I'm going to be doing very specific movements to try to get him to bait certain attacks, into getting him into vulnerable positions so I can knife the eyes that are on his body. And once I knife all 3 of the eyes and pop them, he'll be in like a stun state where I do pretty much most of my damage.
I'll give you some focus time for that.
Alright. He didn't do what I wanted him to do, but that's fine. I'm gonna go grab the heal over here.
Yeah, there's a first aid here and some more bullets in case we want to do a backup strat there, because what we have to do is pop all 3 eyeballs on him using only the knife. So it's a very specific boss fight, but you know, there's some nice backups you can do here. We have handgun ammo, we have grenades and things of that nature.
Oh my god, did we finally do it? Hey, we got $5 from Lexi!
Lexi!
Lexi! Alright, my question was... I forgot. Fuck, marry, kill. Chris Redfield, Leon Kennedy, or Carlos?
Hold on, I need to grab more bullets here.
All right, there we go. Now we get to use that knife into the back there. So let's see. I definitely marry Leon. I'll say that. Kill Carlos.
Chris Redfield does not seem like good husband material, so I'm with you there.
Yeah,
all right, nice boss fight.
That was, it was all right.
I mean, you didn't die. I call that a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that boss fight can go. It's pretty rough, especially doing it knife only. Back when this game was first being routed at launch, that boss fight included the shotgun, which, as you see, we don't pick up anymore. It included the shotgun. It included some grenades, both the regular grenades and the flash grenades. Folks routed it to where it was only shotgun and regular grenades. And now, as you see, as the run got optimized, it was just straight up knives. So it is quite difficult to do it with just knives only. And yeah, I was going to say, given what happened, because the first swipes there, you want G3 to do a very specific movement. You want him to do a overhead swipe into the ground so you can knife his other eyeballs. But when he doesn't do that, then, you know, you kind of have to think on the fly there. And I think, you know, given what happened, I think you did a great job.
But yeah. I think to answer CJ's question, I think I had a pretty similar answer. Marry Leon, kill Chris, fuck Carlos.
Ooh.
Because I've played RE8. I know what Chris does. I know what Chris is.
I know what you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd kill Carlos just because, just for he said in OG RE3, he's like, ladies love me for my accent, and it's like, come on, man, who do you think you are?
Man thinks he's Antonio Banderas or something.
All right, as you see, just like with any other underground secret lab, they have a self-destruct sequence. So we have to get out of the lab before it all explodes. We have about 8 minutes to do so. We had to do some very specific shots here to bait the IVs. We will get rid of a knife here. Just because we don't need it anymore, because during that G3 boss fight, we used pretty much all of our knives to where they weren't healthy anymore. So coming upon our final boss fight here, we will just only need like one knife, essentially.
Yeah, I think with the health that they're at, maybe 2, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's I can't bait his I can't bait the specific swing here to save my life, so you did much better than I would here. I think he's mad because he lost his hat. Did you shoot it off or something?
No, I don't think he ever has his hat there. At least I don't think.
I'd be surprised if he did. All right, so now this is the this is definitely the ultimate final boss fight of the game. Mr. X will transform into a pretty gnarly enemy here, kind of similar to the first tyrant in the first game. So he's got this big claw. He has, I'm not joking, he has 1 million HP. So he basically cannot die, but the strat here is to knife his torso, and we want him to stun 3 times, and after that, we're just going to do a little dance around him until our nice sweet rocket launcher comes down. So we do this for about a minute or so, and
yeah.
It's really fun because you could really just stay there right to his side and just do a really quick movement and yeah, nice little dodges there.
You just put your head right up in his armpit here, and then when he starts moving forward, just move forward.
Yeah, we like to call it the little dance. Yeah, because if you have any distance at all towards him, he'll do kind of like this really gnarly, like he'll do this roar and like he'll slide his claw there on the ground and basically do a one-hit KO. And here's your rocket launcher.
That just mysteriously came out of nowhere. And he's dead. Look at him. He's taking a nap.
With only half of his body. All right, rocket launcher on those last few zombies there, and we're coming upon time.
GG, that's time.
GG's.
Shit. Gotta get out of here.
GG.
That was really good.
Yeah,
You should be proud, sir.
Because I think I died twice.
Yes. Once in the library and once at G2.
Yes.
But like I said, given the RNG situations there, you did really awesome.
See how my final time was. 102.19.
Yeah.
All right.
That's great for a marathon setting and underestimate. And we got to hear the question. We got to hear the shower question.
We did. We did. Yay!
Yay!
I'm so glad. Yeah, I was worried I overhyped it.
It was a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, y'all have anything you want to say before we head out? You plug yourself. Plug. How can people get into speedrunning Resident Evil? Anything like that?
Mara, would you like to go first? Because you definitely have more information on RE speedruns than I do.
Yeah, so there's a couple different Discords you can join. There is the RE Speedruns Discord that you can join. That's where you can get information on pretty much every single Resident Evil game. But a lot of Resident Evil games also have their own separate Discord. So there is the RE2 Remake Discord that you can join through. You got that link there through speedrun.com. The community is super nice and super welcoming, and they're always really hyped to get new runners. And I would say out of all the Resident Evil speedruns that are out there, this is one of the most beginner-friendly speedruns just because it's super quick. There's a lot of backup strats. There's auto saves. It's really fun. You got RNG. you know, I was gonna say, I know RNG can be like a good or a bad thing, but I think it's great because it helps the runs, it helps varies the runs quite a bit, and it's super fun, and there's a lot of different categories and stuff too. And this is the first category, this is the first game and category that Hammy picked up, and as you see, he's really good at it. So yeah, so it's a great community and a really great speed game.
All right,
awesome.
Yeah, go follow
Hammy,
Mar.
what do you got?
Go follow Mar.
Go follow Mar.
She speedruns a lot of RE games, does randomizers. You do a lot of the RE1 randomizer. Your streams are super cozy and comfy.
I appreciate that, man. Everyone go follow Hammy. Twitch.tv/HammerheadLabs. He also does Resident Evil 2. He does Crash Bandicoot. He does Destiny. His stream is mega comfy. And he is a hammerhead shark. Who doesn't love a good shark?
All right. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, CJ, for hosting. Thanks, Mar, for commentating.
Thank you for
Hell
having
yeah.
me.
Thank you both for being here. And Hammy, you're not going very far because you're about to be in Clue.
I'm playing Clue next. I got asked by CJ probably about like 6 hours ago to play Clue.
Yeah, there was a conundrum with the schedule. But having said that, we're going to take a quick pause for the cause. We're going to pay some bills and keep the lights on. And when we come back, we'll be getting set up for Clue, the game show with our esteemed host, Dr. Dayman. So don't go anywhere. Go get your snack, go to the bathroom, go stretch your legs, because you're not going to want to get up during Clue. All right.